Hello. Joining shortly will be NTSB Chairman Alvin Brown and our investigator in charge, Kenny Bragg, and Bragg is B-R-A-G-G.
Hello, I'm Alvin Brown, Vice-Chairman of the National Transportation Safety Board. Investigators from the NTSB arrived in Austin yesterday to begin the investigation into Thursday's fatal multi-vehicle crash on I-35. The NTSB is an independent federal agency charged by Congress with investigating every civil aviation accident in the United States and significant accidents in railroad, highway, marine, pipeline, transit, and commercial space. We also issue safety recommendations aimed at preventing future crashes. Before I continue to begin my remarks, I would like to take a minute to give my condolences to those families who've lost loved ones and to those who've been injured in the community that has been impacted by this tragic crash. I always say we know every life is important, every family matters, and this is a difficult situation, and my heart and prayers go out to everyone involved and impacted. The investigator in charge of this crash is Kenny Bragg. Mr. Bragg is a senior investigator with over 20 years of experience, and he's leading a multidisciplinary team of experts. Kenny's team includes experts in topics such as highway, survival, and vehicle factors, human performance, motor carrier operation, and safety and crash reconstruction. In addition to our investigators, we have a specialist from our Office of Transportation and Disaster Assistance on scene. He will be working closely with Austin Police Department to work with them in supporting the victims and family members involved in this crash. To give you more information on the investigation, I will turn you over to Kenny Bragg.
Good afternoon. Throughout the next few days, our investigators will work on scene to thoroughly document and record the scene, crash site, and gather factual information. Our mission is to understand not just what happened, but how it happened, and to recommend changes to prevent it from happening again. We will not be determining the probable cause while on scene, nor will we speculate about why the crash may have happened. We expect the on-scene phase of the investigation to last from 7 to 10 days. Some of the issues the NTSB will be investigating include work zone design and safety, collision avoidance technology, motor carrier operations, including driver monitoring, compliance practices, and conditioning of the driver at the time of the crash. Here's the factual information that we have right now. At 9 p.m. on March 13th, a work zone was established in the southbound lanes of Interstate 35 at milepost 245. The work zone consisted of closure from 3 to 1 lane and a reduction in the speed limit. Because of the work zone, a traffic queue formed that extended well beyond the traffic queue, or well beyond the work zone. As the end of the queue reached milepost 245.4, a truck tractor approach failed to slow down and struck several vehicles in the traffic queue. As a result of the crash, there were 5 fatalities in 2 vehicles and multiple other injuries. The truck tractor that struck the end of the queue was operated by the motor carrier out of Dallas, Texas. Today, we held an organizational meeting with the local entities, including Austin Police Department, to start planning our work on scene. Tomorrow, we plan to photograph and survey the crash area, document the crash scene with the drone, and begin contacting survivors of the crash to obtain witness reports and offer our support. Thank you. Back to you, Vice-Chairman Brown.
Thank you, Chief. The NTSB operates on what we call a party system. Through this system, we invite other organizations to provide their expertise and help us attain information we need. Parties participate in our investigation throughout the fact-gathering phase. Then the NTSB uses that information for its own analysis, leading into a final report. The parties to this investigation include Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, Texas Department of Transportation, and Austin Department of Public Safety. Since we're just beginning our investigation, we do not have a great deal of information to report. We don't speculate or focus on liability or criminal intent. We focus on probable cause, why it happened, and how to prevent it from happening again. Let me repeat that. Since we're just beginning our investigation, we do not have a great deal of information to report. We don't speculate or focus on liability or criminal intent. We focus on probable cause, why it happened, and how to prevent it from happening again. We will keep you informed by providing regular updates when we learn more. We plan on holding another press briefing tomorrow. For the latest information on media briefings, I encourage you to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and our website. You can find us on X at NTSB_newsroom and our website, ntsb.gov. There are members of our staff here with media relations. I want to make sure you reach out to them. Where's Sarah? Sarah's right there in the back to make sure we have your business card so we can add you to the distribution list. One final comment. I would like to thank all the first responders to this crash. Austin Fire Department, Traverse County Fire and Rescue, EMS, Austin Police Department, Texas Department of Public Safety, Traffic Control, Pflugerville Police Department, Traffic Control. They've been working very hard to contain this crash and to ensure that the scene is safe for everyone. We appreciate all the work they have done. We consider them great partners, and we thank them for their commitment and service to public safety. With that, I would take a few questions, but I want you please to raise your hand and give me your name and state your affiliate. With that, I'll take a few questions.
Yeah, this is Vinny Mortorano with CBS Austin. You guys are talking about just starting your investigation, but as we know, there's a lot of witnesses there, some of them taking cell phone video, posting that. How important is that going to be for your guys' investigation to have so many witnesses available and some video of exactly what happened that night?
Well, that's one of the reasons why our investigators are here. They're here to gather the evidence, really reaching out and talking to everyone. That's part of our investigative process. And that's why we have the investigator in charge is Kenny Bragg, and the teams that will be a part of that investigation. They will be looking at all of that as we move forward in this process.
Hi, Lauren Rangel with Fox 7 Austin. First, thank you so much for being here. I wanted to just confirm, we had heard that Araya was the person driving the Amazon truck. Could you confirm if that's true or not?
I can't confirm that. I think that'll be part of our process. If he was driving the truck, I just want to make sure that we follow a process that's going to be part of the investigation, even though it's public. We do our own investigation, even though we're working with other partners in this investigation, but we'll confirm that through the process. Your name?
Hi, I'm Kevin Bosker with KXA and the NBC affiliate in Austin. Just a quick clarification on the information. This might be a question more for Investigator Bragg, but at 9 p.m. there was a work zone that had a reduced speed limit, and it was also mentioned that the truck failed to slow down. Do we have information on how fast the truck was going? Or was the speed limit prior to 9 p.m. zone?
Well, yeah, that will be a part of the investigation. I will have Chief to come up and say a few words on it.
Thank you for the question. It is still very early in the investigation. There's several sources of information we can use to determine the truck's speed. We'll look at the engine control module, we'll look at possible surveillance video, and even telematic data from the truck. So while it's still very early, we do hope to have that information at some point in the future.
Hi, my name is Tony. I'm a camera reporter with the Austin American Statesman and KV, the local ABC station here. Just a couple of questions. I'm just trying to visualize this. So, first of all, can you just describe what kind of work was being done on the highway that resulted in these lane closures at 9 p.m.?
Okay.
What the nature of that work was?
The question was, what was the nature of the work that's being done on the highway? Chief, you want to answer that?
Yeah. My understanding at this moment, it was a resurfacing operation that was being conducted by TechStock.
Gotcha. And when the crash actually occurred, had everyone filed into a single lane at that point, or were people still kind of merging when the crash occurred?
Well, at this point, the traffic queue extended well beyond the work zone. So we don't know at what point it closed. That will be a focus of our investigation. It's something we'll definitely try to determine.
Thank you very much.
On the note of the construction in this part of I-35, have you guys looked into yet if there had been accidents in this location before or section of the highway?
So the question is, have we looked into the accidents in this part of the highway since we've been here? Have we gathered any facts or information part of the highway? That's going to be part of our investigation. We're going to be looking at the highway. We're going to be looking at the records and the traffic flow and the data and how many people come that way every day. We'll be looking at that.
In regards to just work zones in general, what are the specific criteria for safety procedures to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen?
So there is a federal standard as to how work zones should be designed, how they should be constructed, including signage, speed reduction, lane closure. Again, this is very early. This is something that we will look at. We'll look at what was present in the work zone, and then how does that compare to federal guidance.
Yeah, and then again, speaking on the work zone conditions, bringing, lane closures or lane restrictions there, how does having concrete barriers or a lack of shoulder space contribute to an event like this?
So again, this is all within the area of a highway factors investigator, Dan Walsh. Dan has he has about 30 years of investigative experience, and these are all very good questions, and will definitely be a focus of our investigation as we move forward.
Last question. How long are you guys anticipating this process? And if I can slide into if you have any updates on the people that were injured and are still in the hospital?
So the folks in the hospital, we don't have any updates right now on them in terms of how long the process. So the investigators would be here for about 7 or 10 days. And then after that, maybe in about 30 days, we'll have a preliminary report. And from there, our investigation usually take about 2 years, 18 months to 2 years to complete. Thank you, everyone.